This episode of the Rogue Deck Builder is brought to you by MTGOTraders.com, the official trading bot service of the Rogue Deck Builder. For huge selection and lowest prices around on Magic the Gathering online cards, visit MTGOTraders.com. Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com, here with a sponsored video from MTGOTraders.com on how to start a Magic the Gathering online account. I get asked this question quite a bit on my YouTube channel, exactly what software that I'm using to record my games and where I'm playing Magic, and it simply is Magic the Gathering Online. And how you download the software is you go to www.mtgonline.com and it will take you to it will redirect you to this page here, and right here it will have a little service status bar. That means it's online right now. Sometimes they take it down for service maintenance on Wednesdays, but anyway, you just click on this little download button and then you can click on this download now. It will start downloading it, and then on your downloads folder you'll be able to open up the file and then start to install the installer, and then you click on the installer and it will install the program. And right now it's only for Windows only, so if you have a Mac, that's one of the issues with the Magic the Gathering Online is you're going to have to get some software to make your Mac able to play Windows programs, which is quite easy, I assume, for all you Mac users that probably have to deal with this with other type of software. So hopefully in the foreseeable future we can get Magic Online compatible with Mac. For now, that's just the way you have to do it. So after that is done, it will pull up a Magic the Gathering online software, which looks like this, and so you just log in. It will have a little login screen. You'll log in and you'll be able to before you are able to start an account, you have to actually create the account. It will probably have some like email verification, and then you log in, and then you'll have these tabs up at the start. So we're going to show you just some different ways to start building decks. So first of all, you can go over to collection here, and then you can add a new deck. I've already created a deck. We're going to be playing Pauper, and there's a few ways that I'm doing. I'm going to play Pauper Rogues, and in light of or in anticipation for the Shadows over Innistrad, let's play some Vampire Tribal Rogues. So first of all, I wanted to play Rogue because we are RogueDeckBuilder.com, and Pauper's a format I don't really know much about, but when in doubt, go aggro. That's been my philosophy, like in a new draft format, a new standard format. When in doubt, go aggro. So Pauper has some really exciting cards, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the way that you add cards to a new deck is you can just go right down here to the bottom left hand corner, and it has this little deck box and a plus symbol, and what you do is just click on that, and then you can click the format you want it to be, say Pauper, and then we could go Rogues, you name it, and it will bring up Rogues 2. It will bring up a new deck where you can start to add cards, and then you can type in like keywords and it will find it. So if you don't have cards right now, you want to slide this bar down to quantity 0, and that will start to show you all of the different cards. Now, since we're in the Pauper format, you can actually do a lot of cool things with Magic the Gathering Online. I actually prefer this software just building decks that I'm not even going to play on MTGO, just playing in paper. I think it's a very useful tool. So even if you're not going to be playing Magic the Gathering Online very often, I think it's even just worth the $10. So I think that's what it costs for you to start a new account is $10, and then they give you a bunch of new player. It's very similar to like a deck builder's toolbox, and they give you some tickets to join a new player tournament. But we're going to click on Pauper here, and it's just going to show us all the cards that are legal in Pauper. So you can see there's a lot of rogues that are actually legal in Pauper. I'm going to build a blue-white or a blue-black rogue deck next, but for right now we are going to try Vampire Rogue. So you just add cards by simply dragging them down, or you can click on the whole thing here and say add 4 of these. So we'll add 4 of the particular card that you clicked on. So that is just the gist of that. Let's go back to our Rogues 2, or Rogues 1, and then I'll show you how to use our sponsors bots, MTGO Traders. Again, this is brought to you by MTGO Traders, and I was so excited to get their sponsorship because I actually do use Magic the Gathering MTGO Traders as the go-to bot because they have great selection and great prices. And I'm not just saying that because I'm sponsored. If they were to release my history of how much money I've spent on their bots, it is obscene because I spent a ton of money on Magic the Gathering Online doing the Playing on a Budget videos and Rogues Alley's videos for Gathering Magic Weekly, and then for my own channel, it requires me to have just a ton of different cards to work with. So when it has this little what is this, caution tape around the card, it's showing you do not have these cards. So we're going to need to add these cards to our list, and we're going to go through a few ways how to do this, how to actually get these cards in MTGO, and so they're playable on the software. The first one is simply you can go to their bots, and that is by going to the trade bar, and then you can add their buddies, the official Magic the Gathering online traders. So if you just type in MTGO Traders on the classifieds, it will find a ton of the bots, but also you can just add to your buddies list. And right now, let me just show you, here is their website. Here's all of their different bots. So if you come over to www.mtgotraders.com and then you click on their little bot section, it'll bring you up to this little list here, and then you can just copy and paste these bots. For example, here is Card Caddy. So we'll go Control Copy. We'll come over to the Magic the Gathering. Whoops, that's a league we just played in. Let me close that. We'll come over here to Magic the Gathering Online, and we'll go to all current posts, and then you just copy and paste it right there, Card Caddy, and we can add it to our buddies. So now we've added the Card Caddy, which is an official MTGO Traders smart bot, to our buddies list, and that's one way that we can now go find Card Caddy, or you can just click on it, the Card Caddy, and open up a trade, and then we can trade for the cards that we need for our rogues. So, anywho, we'll just add rogue here, and I'm going to show you how to use. We need the vampire rogues, the specific rogues. Let's see, which ones were they? Let's go into Pauper. This will put it down. But we need the Gruldas. Let's go back over here to our collection, see what we need. We need pulse trackers. So let's go back over to our trade, which will open up a new window, and we'll look up pulse trackers. Now, they have pulse trackers 1 available, so I'm just going to show you this right now. So you can add it to your list. How it works is they save your bot credits. So all of the Magic the Gathering or MTGO Traders bots will have the credits that you have left. 1 credit equals 1 ticket, or you can actually buy credits directly from their store, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And that's actually the best way to do that, because they give you a little bit of a bump. They give you kind of like more value if you directly buy bot credits from their bot, rather than buying tickets directly from Wizards of the Coast, and I'll show you how to do that as well in a second. So we can add Pulse Tracker here, and it will say it will cost me 0.2 of a tickets, and I have plenty of I actually have 0.05 save credits, so it's actually not going to cost me anything for this card because I have some credits left over. Just confirm the trade, the bot will confirm the trade, and you get a Pulse Tracker. So that gives us 1 Pulse Tracker towards getting the 4 that we need for the deck. Now, let me just go over here. We'll go over to the MTGO Traders. So I think this is what really you can save a lot of money if you want to add bot credits. And so right here on the same list, if you go to bots, you can click here to buy credits. And then see, it's 0.95 per credit. And sometimes I think this is pretty stable at 0.95. Maybe sometimes they'll actually have it lower. But if you add as many credits as you want, you're basically getting $1 worth of cards for 95 cents. So you can basically save 5% by doing this. And so you can just add however much you want to add here, and it adds it to cart. And you just have to create a little login with them. And then when you're ready to close out, you basically just go through the normal checkout that you'll find on any internet site, and then it'll ask you if you want to use PayPal or a credit card or exactly how you want to do it, and then it will check you out. So that's a good way to save 5% if you're going to be spending directly from the MTGO Traders bots. Another very useful thing about the MTGO Traders site is you can actually build decks here. So if you want to actually go with building the decks, they have a way to do that, and you click on the decks here, and you can add a new deck. So it's got a bunch of, you can actually pull up recent decks here, so people can actually rate decks here. So someone's made an 8-whack deck, which is a deck I play, and then it will have it all here. And it has ways you can actually buy the deck directly from the website, or you can download it into, I believe, into the, let's click on the download here, yeah, .deck or .txt, and both of these can be imported into your Magic the Gathering Online. I'll show you how to do that in a second. They also have little sample hands that you can do, mulligans, redraws, things like that, to see if you want to use the deck before you actually create it. So how you create a new one is you come over here to decks. You have to be logged in with an account. So you come here and you go new deck. So you click on this new deck, and you can start just by typing in a card. So we can type in like Pulse Tracker and add the version we want, and click Add to Deck here, and we can actually go 4 here, and then it starts just to compile the deck, and then you can start doing what they actually have a nice little optimized cart here, buy deck, all this type of things, and you can go through and create an entire deck through Rogues. But I've already got the deck built here. It also has a nice little community you saw before. There's a bunch of different decks that people have submitted, and it's just a really good place for information, especially for Magic the Gathering Online. So anyway, let's go back to the deck list here that we have. So now that we can buy bots, what it will do, there will be a little bit of delay because it is manually entered in if you buy bot credits. But another way to buy or to convert tickets into credits is if you have any tickets, you buy them directly from the Magic the Gathering Online store, and they'll come in with event tickets once you purchase them. So let me show you how to do that really quickly. You go over to the store, and the store will bring up a huge list of cards. And the first one here in the top left will be the Magic Online event tickets. And these are basically the currency for Magic the Gathering Online. So you can add how many quantity you want to your cart. So say if we wanted 10, we'd add 10 to the cart here, and then you just go through your regular credit card or PayPal. You can click different ways, and then you can go check out, and it'd bring up a checkout screen, and you just go through the motions. It will bring everything up in a browser, and then it will add tickets to your collection. Once they are in your collection, you need to make them tradable. So you have to right click here and say add all active to trade binder. Now this will go, your binders will be here, and there's an active for trade, and you can see everything I have for trade. I have 10 tickets. So now that I have 10 tickets, let's go back over to our Pauper Brew here for our Rogues deck. We need more Pulse Trackers, and we need Quag Vampires and Vampiric Furies and Hideous Ents, and then we're good to go. So let's go back over to our MTGO Traders bots and find one that is available. And so you just kind of go through. There's number 10 is available, and it will pull back up a trade, and then we can find the Hideous Ends. There they are. There's a number of different versions, so we can just add. I think I'll need 2 of these. So add them, and then a lot of what's cool about Magic the Gathering Online is commons and uncommons are dirt cheap. These are again 2 cents a piece, and then we'll add some Pulse Trackers. And there's at least 2 more, so we're going to have to go to another bot to get a few more of these. And then we needed let's go back over and see what we actually need again. I'm spacing it. We need Quag Vampires, and we need Vampiric Furies. And we're going to have to go to another bot for this as well. And then Vampiric Furies. And then we also needed, I think that was everything we needed, but we're going to have to open up another bot to get the rest of these Quag Vampires, I believe, and 1 more Pulse Tracker. So we're going to go over here, and then how you submit is it will submit it, and it will say I don't have enough credits, so it will pull an event ticket. And then the rest of the leftover, which will be quite a bit of leftover, will be saved on all of the MTGO Traders bots. You'll confirm the trade, and there you have it. Now, once we have new cards, it will pull up this little thing in our collection. It says update with current versions in collection, so we can update, and it'll show we still need 1 Pulse Tracker and 2 Quag Vampires. So we're going to come over to here, and we're going to find another MTGO Traders bot that is open. It'll say busy or open, and is 9 the one we hit last time? We'll see here. I think it was 10. So we'll pull up a Vampiric Fury. There we go. We need 2. No, we have the Vampiric Furies. So we just need the Quag Vampires and the Pulse Trackers. So here's the Quag Vampires. There's 2 more. We'll add these to trade. And the Pulse Trackers. And add just the 1 more. And then submit. And this shouldn't cost us anything since we have saved over bot credit from trading in our event ticket. And there you have it. We have a Pauper deck. So now we can update in collection. It will give us this little go-ahead light. This says we have everything we need. And there it is. And we're good to go. We're good to start playing the deck. So that's just the gist of it. Let me just recap. The first thing you want to do is download the MTGO software, which is if you go to www.mtgo or mtgonline.com, it will redirect you directly to Wizards of the Coast's place to download the software. You install the software, you create an account. It will give you a few new event tickets, I believe, and they can be spent on a new player's draft, I believe. I think that's what it is, and it will give you a bunch of like the equivalent to a deck builder's toolbox if you were to buy one of those at like Walmart for paper. And it'll give you a few uncommons and commons and a few rares to start out with. Then you can go over here to collection and start building a deck. I've already pre-made a deck, which is going to be Rogues, which we'll do a deck tech in the next video. And then once you've built the deck, then what we're going to do is play in a league. And how you do that is you come over to the play lobby and you can click on these constructed tournament leagues. And then since we're going to be playing in Pauper, we play Pauper here and then join league. And we want just the Rogues, which we've clicked on, and now we can submit and we can run the Rogues. So anyway, I'm gonna have to submit this, and since I don't have the play points to play, it costs eight event tickets or some play points. So we're going to add the 8 event tickets, and then we're good to go here. So, and then join the league, and we're ready to go. I'll go over the deck tech in the next video. Again, this video has been brought to you by MTGOTraders.com. Thanks for watching.